Oh my gosh, it's September already. Man, do I need to start spending money on games? Can't be that many games coming out in September.
Damn it!
What?
No, nothing, just remembered something.
What, there's more games in September for you to buy? Is that it?
No!
Silent Hill F!
How do you know that?
Cronos the New Dawn?
Els, how do you know?
What about Hell Is Us? Metal Eden?
The hell, Els, there's no point going through the damn video.
All I'm saying is choose wisely.
Yeah, I know.
Already made a purchase? Jesus, Anton!
Okay!
September is here and I cannot believe it because this is probably one of the best months, if not the best month we're gonna get this year for gaming. Let's run through the biggest PlayStation 5 games coming out this September. And make sure you stick around to the end of the video to find out who won the giveaway for Death Stranding 2. So let's start with the September monthly games for PS Plus, and we've got Psychonauts 2, which is a 3D platformer, and this is a sequel to the cult classic Psychonauts. You got Stardew Valley, which is a farming simulating game, and then you also have Viewfinder, which is a puzzle / first person exploration game. So on 2nd of September we have Metal Eden, and I've played the demo to this, and this was a lot of fun, especially if you're a fan of first person shooters. This reminds me of being in Cyberpunk, because that is what the theme is of this game. A cyberpunk world is fast paced with wall runs, dashes, grapples. I love the graphics and the art style, and because of how quick the movement is, it reminds me of Mirror's Edge back in the day. You play as Askar, a hyper unit android in the city of Mobius. Try the demo, I think you'll really like it. In number 14 we have Hollow Knight Silksong. Oh my gosh, it's real. The hype online for this one has been unreal. People have been wanting this sequel for such a long time, and I realized I bought the first one. I haven't played it yet, so I'm gonna wait till I play the first one, because seeing the trailer we did the other day, wow, the music is unbelievable. The game looks beautiful. It looks freaking hard, and I think it's gonna be hard. This comes 6 years after the first one. Hornet takes the spotlight in this one as you explore Farloom, a kingdom filled with forests, caverns, and towers. There are over 200 enemies, 40 plus bosses, and this is a much bigger world than the first one. There are new crafting tools, there's a new quest system. Now we have Hell Is Us, another game that was on my radar. I love the environments, the sounds, the graphics, the world looks absolutely beautiful. I just feel like the demo was too short. By the time I got invested into it, it was like the end of the demo. I understand that I need to play that demo again, explore a little bit more in that area, because there is quite a lot of enemies. The sheer freedom this game gives you, and this one does not hold your hand. I did love the way you had to put together all the clues, all the dialogue with these NPCs, piece together these puzzles. I'm quite good at some of these puzzles. For flip's sake. After you've escaped Hadia when you were younger, you now have smuggled back into Hadia to find answers and to find your parents. The combat was good, it was simplistic, it didn't feel like a Souls combat, but a lot of people were saying this looks like a Souls combat. Now, number 12, we have Indiana Jones and the Great Circle with that DLC with the Order of the Giants. Now, I have freaking loved Indiana Jones. This is an amazing game. You don't want to overlook Indiana Jones. There will be a new storyline in Rome. So we are going back to Italy, which will be beneath the city with new secrets, more combat, more puzzles. Although some of these puzzles are really pissing me off, but most of the time I'm going on YouTube, but still. What's great is that you don't have to have played the whole main story, so you can actually play this DLC even if you haven't finished the main campaign. You will have a companion in this game, a parrot, who will keep you company along your journey. We've got a lot of companions in different games. Death Stranding 2, obviously God of War series with Mimir. I feel like it's good because the dialogue in the main game with Gina is actually pretty good. It doesn't annoy you. I'm looking forward to seeing what that's about. I think me and Els would be a good team. She would be a good companion.
It doesn't say square. You
doesn't,
keep
but
telling me
yeah,
square, but it doesn't say square.
You need to be intuitive with your decisions. Now we've got Cronos the New Dawn. My gosh, I can already hear the emptiness of my wallet. And this is another game made by the Bloober team who made Silent Hill 2. This is a third-person horror game, a new IP as you travel back to the 1980s Poland to extract key figures before a cataclysmic event known as the Change that destroyed humanity. It looks like this retro futuristic world, which I'm loving. I'm loving the scenery and the setting in this. And what's different about some of the enemies in this is that you do have to burn the corpses, because we've seen that some of the monsters can actually merge with the ones that you haven't completely killed or the ones you haven't burned, and then they turn into bigger monsters. This is kind of giving me like Dead Space sort of vibes. The story's interesting because you have to gather the souls of certain people before they died in this event. So it's quite a mystery, and you're kind of in conflict with yourself going back to try and find the souls of these people that are already dead. At number 10, we have NBA 2K26. What can I say about these sports games?
Who is spending $135 on 2K26?
To be fair, they're going to introduce new Pro Play motion engine for lifelike movement. I don't know, you've always heard that, you know. An accelerated game speed to reward quick decisions, a new quick protect move to defend against steals. So it seems like there's some improvements, but I just can't believe the amount they're spending on these damn additions. Not to mention the microtransactions in this game. Hey, who am I to judge? Now we have quite a unique game in number 9 with baby steps. This is quite hilarious and unique. I always like games that try and do something very different, and this is just weird. You literally have to learn to walk or you just drop. So you play as Nate, an unemployed lowlife with nothing really going on for him, until one day he discovers a power he never knew he had, putting one foot in front of the other. There's some lazy ass people out there. There's probably people like this, but this is looking very unique. Interested to know where you go with it after you learn how to put one step in front of the other. How well does he build? I haven't seen too much. This has actually been in development for so many years. I remember seeing like the trailer like 2 years ago about this game, so it's finally coming out. Number 8, we have Borderlands 4 coming out on the 12th. The looter shooter return, and there's a complete overhaul of the movement system in this game. I'm not really a fan of the Borderlands series. I do love first-person shooters, but I've only played Tiny Tina's. You now have double jumps, dash, a grappling hook, so there is a lot more emphasis on aerial and vertical movements. The world is interconnected with no loading screens. That's pretty cool. And there's also a dynamic weather system, which a lot of games are now doing. So the setting looks really good. The gameplay looks really good. I don't know if I'll get this one because I'd rather go back to the older Borderlands game. They're probably cheaper. Damn, the prices on these games. £120 if you want to get access to all of this. The Super Deluxe Edition. Now we have an expansion coming with Assassin's Creed Shadows, Claws of Awoji. Claws of Awaji. Now, you know how I feel about Assassin's Creed Shadows. I didn't complete the game. I was extremely disappointed. The story, the dialogue. It's good to know that they're giving this free for people who pre-ordered the game. If you didn't pre-order the game, you don't get this free, but this adds over 10 hours of content. Supposedly this is a much darker tone with its narrative on Awaki Island. This expansion continues the main narrative, focusing on Naoe's search for her long-lost mother and a treasure vital to Japan's future. I still think Yasuke looks so out of place. I don't care what any you say. What are you doing here, you DEI?
I do it all on care like, hold up, sabe how to hold a pull up.
My name's Yasuke, man. There's going to be new weapons, as we've seen in the trailer. They put up new skins. I don't get the new skins. Like, all right, I get it. It's a third-person game, but they're making out like you get bragging rights. There's no online play with this. Is there going to be an online play? I don't know, but it's like you have the microtransactions of all these skins, and it's a single-player game. Don't get me started. There's new abilities. We have Dying Light the Beast, and this was a supposed DLC to Dying Light 2, but it's a standalone game which goes back to Kyle Crane, the original protagonist. This is set in Castle Woods, and there are some new features with enhanced parkour, brutal melee combat with a new beast mode ability, and this expands the gunplay with new weapons like a flamethrower, grenade launcher, and this also has a 4-player co-op. So there's quite a lot here, especially if you're a fan of the Dying Light series. The graphics and the overall setting do look unbelievable, so there will be a time in the future where I do experience the Dying Light games. Now, At number 5, I am so ready for Silent Hill F. I'm ready for this. This is set in the 1960s Japan in a fictional town. You play as Hinako, a high school student, as she goes through this foggy, weird, dimensional shifting town. And I love what they're doing with the protagonist, like Resident Evil. The main character is like vulnerable. She's kind of like, it's not like you're playing as Leon where you feel a bit more confident. This one you kind of feel hopeless. Melee combat, and there's also going to be a new mechanic known as sanity mechanic that affects gameplay, and a focus mode that slows down time and creates opening for counterattacks. I can't wait for this.
Are you done with these? How many?
Yes.
Really?
No. Number 4, we have Sonic Racing CrossWorlds. This does look super fun with all the different characters in the game. You've got some famous IPs, SpongeBob, you've got Pac-Man. You can play locally 1 to 4 players or up to 12 players online. And what is cool is that you've got a ton of characters to choose from. I do like the different tracks. I do believe it's like going into different dimensions. Got the Grand Prix, time trials. We've got Pac-Man World 2 Re-Pac. This looks so cool because this is a remake from 2002. And if you're a veteran or you're 30 years and older, I think you're going to really enjoy this. I'm loving 3D platformers like Astro Bot. This reminds me of like Super Mario. This looks so cool. I am going to pick this up at some point. You've got modernized controls, improved visual, there's expanded content and a new voice acting. And for the first time, you actually have 2-player couch co-op. This is cool. I think I could play this with Elle. And the second one gets to play as Pac Drone. We have EAFC 26. I was actually thinking of buying this. I don't think I am now. Like when I have my clients, I train him and his 2 kids who are like 14 and 10, and we played afterwards. I was proper good. I actually beat them, but then they battered me. But it made me want to get back into FIFA, but then I realized I only play it multiplayer. I'm not interested in the Ultimate Team. To be fair to EA, can I say the trailer they showed where they basically took everyone's feedback, that was probably the best trailer they've done in a few years. But for me, I'm definitely not going to be buying this. There's no point. I'm not going to get into Ultimate Team. I've got other good games to play. Now I'm probably going to wait for EAFC 27. But then I'll wait for 28. Then 29. See, what's the point? And in number 1, we have Final Fantasy Tactics. And this is a remake from PlayStation 1. This tactical RPG looks super fun. This looks like a very mature story. This just reminds me of when I was younger. So I really want to actually play this at some point. There's an expanded story with this. There's 3D visuals. There's fully voiced dialogue now with new content. And this is obviously turn-based combat if you are a fan. You also have the option to play the actual original game. I'm really glad that they put that in, just like Tomb Raider, where you can switch back to the original game. That is brilliant. And the game maintains its core strategic turn-based combat on a grid map, a deep job and ability system with over 20 jobs and hundreds of abilities to master, and a story set in the world of Ivalice. I don't know if I said that right. And in this game, it tells the story of Ramza and his friend who become embroiled in politics and war over the throne of Ivalice, following the death of the king. It will explore class struggle, nobility, and the personal impact of war. And like I said, the story seems pretty mature. These stories back in the day on the older consoles were unreal. You gotta remember, the veterans back in the day, we didn't have the best graphics, the best systems, because now we get dog shit stories with some of these games. I'm not gonna lie, but back in the days, we didn't have the big consoles, the next gen graphics, but you connected with these stories. So this is why I'm going to pick this one up eventually when Els lets me. I'll probably need to borrow some money. So what do you think about most of the games coming out in September? If there's any I've missed, I want to know what you think. Drop your thoughts in the comments and let me know. Let's take a look at the comment of the day from my previous video. All the games from Gamescom. Shout out to the member Joseph. I thought it was good. I hope Black Ops 7 flops so they are forced to change and make an effort in innovation. And shout out to B Javi. We have a generation now that doesn't seem to stop complaining just about everything. We have so many games coming from now till 2026, and they will obviously showcase games that are ready to be shown. Props to Jeff and all of the Eastern developers. Call of Duty, make sure you follow my second channel, Love Gaming Neutro Live, where we take snippets from the live stream where we spoke about Call of Duty. I just think it looks absolutely terrible. Those damn ass skins look so shit. Oh my gosh. But with Black Ops 7, it's just made me even more want to play Battlefield 6. I can't wait to play that game. I do agree with you with the comment about people hating on stuff. Listen, I know some people weren't happy with Gamescom. I was super happy, and I understand, like, we've got quite a lot of variety for me. We got like the Batman Lego Lego, we saw stuff from Silent Hill, we saw stuff from Resident Evil, we saw the announcement for the new Black Myth game eventually coming out. So personally, I just think there are so many games coming out and that are out. I think we got to just be blessed with some of the games we've got. I think we've got so much of a selection. Like, my backlog is an absolute joke, but still overall, I'm loving gaming right now. And before I forget, shout out to the winner of the giveaway for Death Stranding 2, Eddie Nazmark. So well done for winning Death Stranding 2, a digital copy. Make sure you get onto the Discord so I can then verify it's you, and then I can send over the code. Anyways, see you in the next video.